Hello again, so I'm gonna show you over here everything from scratch, starting from our dashboard over here, showing how many operators online, how many active chatbot we have, how many live chat, and then we start from the chatbots. Then the first thing we wanna do is click on add. Just name your chatbot. Over here we have a very useful buttons over here. As you can see, the message, that's the most used button. Well, let's say that's the intro. Then we get to connected with the start. We have a question over here. We can ask for a name, we can ask for an email address, a choice, anything like that. So let's say just a phone number. And we're gonna use the validator to make sure that the customer type it correctly and just add it as a value over here as phone. Why do we must add a value over here? Well, the value you can use it as a tag. For example, if you ask it for a name, you can use that name as a tag to reply for the customer. I'm gonna show you that right now. So let's say we ask about the name. So we just name it as a name. We don't need a validator over here. Then what can also be used for the questions, maybe email address. So we need a validator over here. Just type email. Yeah. And we connected. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for the questions. It can be whatever you would like. And then we have buttons. For example, the customer is buying something. He have option 1, option 2, option 3. And then we connected. So for each one of options of those, the customer can go to a different scenario. So for example, if he chooses 1, he can go to a scenario. If he chooses 2, he can go to another scenario. If he chooses 3, he can go to a whole another scenario. So let's just say option 1, just connected from the button. Option 2, connected from this button. And we have got option 3 for button 3. And then we can use the select that can be used for having more than one option. Like for example, either buying or selling, renting maybe. So how many value can the customer choose? He can choose as much as he wants, let's say 3. So either he is a buyer, a seller, or whatever. Actually, the value, yeah, just don't forget the value. So yeah, we also want to add a calendar. That's for example for scheduling calls in case the customer did request to chat while no operator is online or so out of the active hours. So like yeah, that's pretty much everything. I want to show you now how does it look like. There is an entry, asks for a phone number. So if I type the letter and correct value, because I use the phone number as a validator, so the customer get to choose a correct number. Okay, and the name, email address. We use the validator over here, so if he said the name, for example, it shows him it's wrong. You gotta enter a correct email address. That's an email. So over here, those are our buttons. If we click the one, it will take us to option 1. If we click 2, it's gonna take us to option 2. If we took 3, it's gonna take us to option 3. So like, yeah, that's pretty much everything about the buttons that we have over here. Yeah, I just didn't show you the calendar. Let me just connect those two. Option 3, I think I did it already. Here's the name once again. The email address once again. We can choose option 2 this time, so it took us to option 2. So either I'm a buyer or seller or whatever, I can choose as much choices as I want, and then I click on OK. So do you want to see our availability to make a booking? Yes, please. So over here we have working hours, we have a lunch break. We just get to schedule a time within our working hours. So do you want to book a time slot based on your availability? 60 minutes by default. Enter your name once again and your email. Oh yeah. Enter your phone. So over here I can leave just a comment in case I have anything in my mind, like anything extra I would like to include it. So yeah, that's pretty much everything about our buttons that we have over here. Over here we confirm our details once again. Don't have any comment. That's our phone, that's our email, and that's our name. Yes, it's all correct. So we get to choose the day and time over here.